Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Blood and Lace, 1971. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I finally found a gem. This one and Blake 7 are my hidden gems. This is going to be one of those so bad that it's good type movies. I love the ending. Plot twist ending. The plot kept twisting and twisting until there was no plot. That's how the ending was. And I thought the middle part was kind of slow, but the ending more than made up for it, I think. The beginning's pretty decent too. Starts out with a POV type of perspective. Somebody holding a hammer, bludgeoning these two people laying there in bed, and then lighting the house on fire with the sharp edge of a hammer. You know, the kind of hammer where you can rip the nail out. That side of the hammer, the other side. And one guy manages to escape somehow, and then the victim's daughter. You see her with the corrupt social worker. She wants to run away, but the dude from Alice, right? He's a detective, and he's following her around. So he brings her back to the social worker, and I don't think he really cares. After I saw the ending, shock after shock after shock, as desire drives a bargain with death. That's what the poster says, and it had a GP rating. I guess people freaked out because the beginning scene is quite brutal. Even the ending is a little bit knife in the back kind of stuff going on. Anyways, it's rated R, an hour 27 minutes. It was rated P, which was the equivalent of PG rating back in 1971. Don't ask me why. This is going to be another AIP flick. And this guy, Vic Tayback, the police officer who takes a keen interest in the young blondie teenager. He was in Alice. I was right. I was right the first time. Anyways, I double check myself because I don't know much about Alice other than she's a working class, feminist type of individual from the 70s. Kind of like Mary Tyler Moore or something, but more blue collar. I guess. I don't know. She's a hero of my crazy communist coworker, the COVIDiot who's still working from home, and telling me that the COVID shots are safe and effective. All you got to do is look at what's the name of that country that has is it Gibraltar? I think it's Gibraltar has 100% vaccination rate and one of the highest incidences of COVID infection in Europe, in all of Europe. It beats all the other European countries, even Germany and Austria. Where did I see that tweet? Well, anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about blood and lace. So the blondie ends up in an orphanage, being run by this deranged cryogenics freak, played by Gloria Grahame. She was in Gloria Grahame. She was in The Big Heat and another movie I saw her from 1950. She's a 1950s actress, kind of washed up in this one. Let's see if I can find it. Find the other movie she was in. I had it up. In a Lonely Place, 1950. I did a review a year ago on that movie, and when I actually had hair. And it was a Nicholas Ray flick, so I probably hated it. I didn't really care for the. Well, The Big Heat was decent, I have to admit. She was in a decent movie called The Big Heat, which I did enjoy. In a Lonely Place, not so much. So she kills all the kids who try to run away, and then she locks them up in the freezer, thinking that she can reanimate them. And she's got her dead husband there too. She talks to him for advice. She's losing money every time a kid runs away. And then the crazy handyman that she hired, who was a harmless, lush, homeless person, he wants to. He knows the secret. He doesn't care if he gets implicated. So he tries to bribe her into going 50-50 onto welfare. Anyways, she's making him work, doing menial type of work around the house because it earns her money somehow. It earns her extra money, I guess. And she's got some kind of sweetheart deal with the social worker. They're kissing each other on the bed in one scene. And the blondie takes a liking to the 21-year-old hunk with the 1971 hairdo. She starts getting in a catfight, though, with a 16-year-old who reveals herself, at least her backside. The camera didn't really see her front side. And so they get into, they start getting into it, the 21-year-old and the 16-year-old. The blondie gets jealous. She wants to run away. But the handyman and Gloria Grahame have other ideas. They want to lock her up in the freezer with the other stiffs. So so he does that. The social worker comes around. He says he's going to be fired because there are too many missing kids. And then all hell breaks loose. I don't want to spoil the ending too much. I think I already spoiled it a little bit. But at that point, it's just total craziness. I love the ending. I thought it was great. Highly recommended. Somebody said it reminded them of a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie. That was kind of interesting. It didn't have that much gore in it, though, which is probably why it got a GP rating back in 1971. There's not that much blood. Most of the movie takes place in the orphanage. It's the beginning and the end that really caught my attention. Great flick, highly recommended. Check it out. And I'm going to watch Back in Business. Finally get around to one of the Karate Man recommendations. What else? I might get the Paradigm Case today. This afternoon in the mail, but I won't get a chance to watch it because I got to drive him back and get some groceries. But I went to Safeway yesterday. It was pretty packed. I couldn't find deodorant. All right, so I've got Back in Business, Bates Motel, another Adrian mentioned. Omen 4, Awakening, another Adrian mentioned. Desert Heat, Karate Man recommendation. Blood for Blood, aka Midnight Man, another Karate Man recommendation. Schizoid, and Adrian mentioned the two of my picks, which is The Hard Ride and Swedish Fly Girls. So I got a little bit of time to watch the Bosworth flick, Back in Business. I'll be reviewing that shortly. And probably get some more time tomorrow to look into the other ones later.